Hi, it's Ileana, and I would like to discuss the Vatican underground vault and what goes on there. Now, I've had memories of visiting the Vatican vault underground since August 21st, 2017, when the solar eclipse was happening. I was sitting out on my balcony. Basically, I had my eyes closed and I was getting ready to meditate, and I felt I was being transported somewhere else. I was no longer on my balcony, and I still had my eyes closed at the time, and this was right during the solar eclipse. So when I opened up my eyes, I realized I'm no longer on my balcony in Kelowna, BC. I'm somewhere else, somewhere underground, and I saw these very interesting sort of like panels or columns of what looked like thin glass, but wasn't really glass. It had more of a metallic texture to it, yet looked like plexiglass to me, but wasn't. It was very different. And I was brought to the Vatican underground vault to study a project called Veritas, and it has to do with moving energies, magic, energetical artifacts of advanced technological sources from advanced civilizations that lived on Earth and from other planets. So what they do in the Vatican underground vault is they store those types of artifacts, the advanced technological artifacts. They store them in the underground vault because those artifacts are technologies, and they look very unassuming. It can look like something that's made from rock, wood. It could be an artifact, basically. It could even be a piano that activates another component of mechanical clocks or something to create a time portal to travel through, or a teleportation portal. So it could be very unassuming looking artifacts and objects that in reality are something quite else, or like the golden sun disk of Mu, which is made out of gold components and other metallic components, and it activates knowledge repositories. It also activates portal technology. So artifacts like that, and the sun disk, the golden sun disk of Mu's from Peru, and it's rumored to be somewhere under Lake Titicaca in one of the temples. So just as an example of an artifact, those types of things. So just giving you a bit of a background of what I had seen in the Vatican underground vault. So this happened to me during August 21st of 2017 during the solar eclipse. So I wasn't really meditating, and I ended up elsewhere, physically transported to the Vatican underground vault. I'm just going to discuss what I saw there, and I posted this on March 13th, 2018. So it's the Vatican underground vault and what goes on there. The Vatican had transferred half of the Library of Alexandria's holdings into its secret vaults underground before the Library of Alexandria was destroyed. The other part of the library's collection was secured in an Antarctica vault. According to current history, the Vatican had not yet existed at the time of the Library of Alexandria, but with time dilation, time travel, and alterations of timeline incursions, as well as secret societies and organizations existing long before Jesus was born, an organization that would have been the beginnings of the Vatican could have secretly existed, having an underground vault to remove half of the collection from the Library of Alexandria before it had been burned down. At the entrance of the Vatican underground vault, there are moving and sliding panels of what looks like plexiglass, but it is a type of other material, not built from glass. These panels act as holographic data storage servers, housing digitized collections from the whole of the Library of Alexandria, Sumarian Tablets, and other ancient library holdings from libraries that had been destroyed. Now, this is all digital and holographic, so it's not physical books, it's not tablets, it's not in physicality objects. It's digitized, but it looks exactly like the objects themselves. And this is the whole collection of the Library of Alexandria, the holographic stuff that's been made into holo data. But it looks very real, like the objects themselves, the books, the tablets. So you can look at it in virtual reality and still touch it and feel it. It's just done in a different way than physically holding the object, the physical object itself. But you still get to have an interactive experience. Although it's holographic, you can still see all of the material, all of the objects that were in the whole of the Library of Alexandria collection. And part of the collection is actually physical materials that were transferred from the Library of Alexandria to the Vatican vault. So half of it is physical materials, and the entire collection itself is digitized. So somehow they were able to save the materials from the Library of Alexandria. Half of it went to the Vatican, the other half went to Antarctica in another vault. The Vatican Vault Inner Library has separate main servers which house backup copies of modern library collections and museums in digitized formats that are not accessed through holographic interfaces, but are run on computer terminals in various panels throughout the multiple levels of the server rooms. These server rooms are electronically key-coded with encrypted access only to Vatican staff authorized to work on those inner library sections of the Vatican libraries. The Vatican Vault underground base has several different library sections, not just one big secret library holding facility that is on the base. As well, there are levels of working offices above the sliding server panels. These offices have white rooms and corridors, as well as almost the same type of sliding holographic interface server panels at the staff desks that have encrypted collection data that the Vatican staff work on. The Vatican archival collections and data analyst staff sometimes wear VR, virtual reality visors, to access the holographic panel glass-like servers in order to fully see the various digitized collections in full video audio type archived scenes that come up in virtual displays through the VR visors. The Vatican also has several secret underground physical libraries that house ancient texts, scrolls, metal tablets, as well as archival manuscript rooms. The artifacts that are rare technologies that deal with time dilation, time travel machines, distortion of realities, teleportation, those types of artifacts are stored under metallic-like vaults, which look like encased glass. There is also electronic security embedded near the metallic vaults. There are motion tracking sensors, cameras for video and audio surveillance, in conjunction with electrical tripwires with laser tracking capability, so whoever is not coded genetically to enter the metallic vault premises can get electrocuted if they cannot provide the proper DNA sequencing codes to enter the premises where the metallic vaults are housed. In addition to storing large and rare library collections, the Vatican Vault also collects advanced artifacts technologies which house time travel components, memory engram review stations, etc. Good examples of disclosure TV shows describing what the Vatican Underground Vault is like are Warehouse 13 and the show Librarians, which either have different warehouses that guard ancient and modern artifacts, which are unassuming looking items actually being advanced technological artifacts from Earth's past alien technologies, and as well hidden library repositories that guard magical devices. The Vatican's underground vault had been featured in the various Assassin's Creed movies and video games. The Assassin's Creed movies involve seeing memory engram reviewing stations and time-traveling artifacts being collected by the Vatican. How would I know about the Vatican Vault and office spaces? It is part of my memory recall minus the biowall trees and plants. They have similar types of office spaces on the ICC Mars bases as well as what the Vatican offices look like, but the ICC offices do have the biowalls with trees and plants. So this is what the holographic server panels look like in the Vatican Vault entrance. And these are moving panels that slide, and they can be accessed holographically to see the collection of the Library of Alexandria when you enter the Vatican Vault. And this is what the first thing that you see in the entrance to the vault. And it looks like glass panels of some sort, but they're not. It's probably of a metallic nature, but it looks like plexiglass. But it's made of different material. And the description is, at the entrance of the Vatican Underground Vault, there are moving and sliding panels of what looks like plexiglass, but is a type of other material not built from glass. These panels act as holographic data storage servers, housing digitized collections from the whole of the Library of Alexandria, which includes Sumarian Tablets and other ancient library holdings from libraries that had been destroyed. And it's in holographic form, yes. And this is again the Vatican Underground Vault entrance, featured in Assassin's Creed movie. And another image of the Vatican Vault, of the sliding panels that are like holographic server storage units. And again, it features, this is an image from Assassin's Creed movie, but it's exactly similar to what I had seen myself in person. This is the Vatican Vault Interlibrary main servers. The Vatican Vault Interlibrary has separate main servers which house backup copies of modern library collections and museums in digitized formats that are not accessed through holographic interfaces, but are run on computer terminals in various panels throughout the multiple levels of the server rooms. These server rooms are electronically key-coded with encrypted access only to Vatican staff authorized to work on those interlibrary sections of the Vatican libraries. The Vatican Vault underground base has several different library sections, not just one big secret library holding facility that is on the base. So there's multiple levels of these server rooms that are encased in their own glass-like panels for protection of the same metallic substance. So this is what it looked like to me, and it looks similarly in the Assassin's Creed image here. And this is again another basically server room in the main library, in an inner library of the Vatican Vault. And like I said, they have multiple levels of these, and it holds a lot of information about various different collections that they have. And they like to basically back up current library collections and museum collections as well, not just the ancient artifacts and library collections. So this is more for the modern stuff than the ancient stuff. And basically, they have various artifact collection rooms. And this is what it looks like. Again, this is from Assassin's Creed, but it's very similar to what I saw. So this is the artifacts collection rooms. The advanced artifacts are stored behind glass panel walls with electronic security embedded for each artifact display. The artifacts that are rare technologies that deal with time dilation, time travel machines, distortion of realities, teleportation, those types of artifacts are stored under metallic-like vaults, which look like encased glass. There is also electronic security embedded near the metallic vaults that has motion tracking sensors, cameras for video and audio surveillance in conjunction with electrical tripwires with laser tracking capability. So whoever is not coded genetically to enter the metallic vault premises can get electrocuted if they cannot provide the proper DNA sequencing codes to enter the premises where the metallic vaults are housed. So they have various computer terminals where they catalog what the artifacts are, what they look like, what their purpose is, and that goes then to their main server vault databases. And they have some books on their cards for identification of these artifacts, because there are books from library collections which actually describe what the artifacts are and what they do. So they have that near the computer panel stations to match up the artifacts with the book descriptions from other library collections, to just add basic descriptions of what these artifacts are and what they do, because they catalog them. And this is what the physical library ancient collections look like in the Vatican vault underground. So they do have a lot of the physical collections as well, of physical materials collected from different libraries, ancient libraries. So in the Vatican also has several secret underground physical libraries that house ancient texts, scrolls, metal tablets, as well as archival manuscript rooms. So they don't just have holographic, digitized server storage units where they can look at various collections from Library of Alexandria through a holographic interface. They also have physical collections of ancient artifacts, texts, scrolls, books, you name it, they have it. So physical things, they value that as well. Physical artifacts and ancient texts and scripts, manuscripts. So this is their office spaces that have these white corridors and rooms with holographic interface module desks where they work at, where the Vatican staff work at. This is what it looks like in the Vatican vault, minus the bio wall with the trees and the plants. That's on the ICC Mars bases. Where I had been an asset, they have similar office spaces just like this, and it includes wearing a white jumpsuit. In the Vatican underground vault base and on the ICC Mars bases, white jumpsuit, silver jumpsuit, blue jumpsuit that is form-fitting to the person who's wearing it. So that's one of other interesting things. And the description is as well, there are levels of working offices above the sliding server panels. These offices have white rooms and corridors, as well as almost the same type of sliding holographic interface server panels at the staff desks that have encrypted collection data that the Vatican staff work on. The Vatican archival collections and data analyst staff sometimes wear VR virtual reality visors to access the holographic panel glass-like servers in order to fully see the various digitized collections in full video audio type archived scenes that come up in virtual displays through the VR visors. And this is another image of what the VR visors look like and the holographic interface itself of this technology of looking at holographic data of archived collections, looking at objects themselves in virtual 445D interfaces. Like you can literally look at an object or an artifact that's been, digitized into the collection, online collection. You could literally flip the object into different angles, different dimensions to look at it. And if it's a text of some kind, a tablet or a book, you can it's like you're turning the page, but in virtual reality. But it feels very real because you're interacting with the object itself. You're literally interacting with it, but on a not on a 3D level, but on a 4D, 5D level scale. And you can look at it, you can turn the pages, you can literally interact with the object in the same way as if you were in physicality, just on a virtual reality dimension. So that's interesting technology that they have, and they utilize that in the Vatican Vault as well on the ICC Mars base, similar holographic technology. So this is my description of the Vatican Vault and what they have there, and image likenesses of what I saw, representations of what I had seen when I was there studying the Veritas project.